Hey everybody, it's Jeff Wasolinsky, your host of Mustache Mondays, and today we are going to talk about the housing market in and around, well, I was going to say Maricopa and Casa Grande, Maricopa, Arizona, but really it's the whole nation. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. So hey, listen, it's my inaugural video for the YouTube channel. Last thing I want to do is talk about real estate, to be honest with you, because man, I'm a little fried talking about real estate. I mean, I am a real estate agent, so it's maybe that's why I'm fried talking about real estate, because it's all I do every day. But I didn't want the YouTube channel, and it's not going to be this channel is not going to be a real estate channel. But it just seems like that's the big thing right now. Everybody wants to talk about what's going on. Oh my gosh, if you're trying to buy a house, you're worried because interest rates are going up, and if you're trying to sell a house, you're worried because house prices are coming down. So let's just tackle it real quick and let's just talk about it. I'm going to try not to get too long-winded here because nobody wants to hear me babble forever. But so let's dive into what's happening. So we all know the interest rates are going up. Okay, so you got your typical buyer. He could pay, he could afford a $1,500 a month house payment. Interest rates keep going up and up and up and up, and as interest rates go up, he can still only afford a $1,500 house payment. So as interest rates go up, he can buy less house. So what's that mean for the people that are selling the houses? Because now you're the guy over here selling your house. Well, now you're a bunch of your buyers that were, you had this many buyers. Now you've got this many buyers. Maybe you have no buyers. I don't know. And we're seeing that. These people with listings right now. Me as an agent, we're seeing, listings with they're getting no showings. So here's what happens. Look, here's what happens. Interest rates are low. House prices go up. Because people can buy more house. So your houses, like we've seen for the last 2 years, interest rates go up, house prices have to come down. Right now, here's where we are. Okay, interest rates were low, house prices went up, interest rates came up really fast and ran into house prices. And right now, house prices are doing this. They're starting to come down, and now they're doing this, and they're coming down fast. But we're still in that lag period, so we're in that little in-between stage. The buyers are kind of a little freaked out. The sellers haven't come down enough. So that's what's going. There it is. That's it in a nutshell. That's what's going on, and it's been doing this for decades. It's been doing this. It's just been doing this for decades. Let's be honest, folks. We couldn't keep going the way we were going. I mean, this house behind me. I bought this house 2 years ago. Haven't done a stinking thing to it in 2 years, and somehow miraculously it's worth $250,000, $300,000 more than I bought it for. Yeah, right. I mean, give me a break, really? Does anybody really believe that load of bull? Your house, it's monopoly money. It really ain't worth what they've been telling you it's worth. Okay, it's just an imaginary number that's floating around out there. So everything's starting to regulate now. Prices are starting to come back down to what they were. So I want to talk specifically, really quick about there's no other way to say it. I'm just going to say it right now about greed. I want to talk a little bit about greed. Okay, if you're out there right now and your house is listed, and I see a lot of them. I look over here on this other screen right now. If I could turn the camera, I'd show you. A lot of houses listed in this area right now, and that people bought for $125,000, $130,000 back in like 08, 09, and they listed their house, maybe 6 weeks ago, 400, 450, $500,000, bought it for 150, 125, going to sell it for 500. Man, that is freaking killer. Here's the problem, folks. Somebody flipped the switch. I don't know who flipped the switch. I don't know when it was flipped, and I don't even know where the switch is. But I'm telling you that 10 weeks ago, you call me up and you say, Jeff, I want to list my house at 123 Main Street. I could guarantee you we'd have your house sold in 24 hours. You'd have multiple offers, and we would be giving nothing to the buyer. Nothing. Hey, look, we all saw it. Didn't we? Didn't we all see what's been going on the last 2 years? Houses would go up for sale. And what did you see? We all saw it. What did you see? No showings until Saturday. Showings only from 10 till 2. Offers will be examined on Tuesday. La ti flippin' da, right? Okay? Those days are over. They ended. They ended about 8 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. Right in that time frame, somebody somewhere flipped a switch. I don't know who flipped it, but they did. They flipped it and it stopped. Okay, housing prices are now going down, and they're going down fast. In this area, Maricopa, Casa Grande, Arizona area right here, I did a study. Housing prices are dropping $1,000 a day, a day in active homes. Think about that for a split second if your house is listed. Okay, I mean really think about that. If your house has been listed for 3-4 weeks and you're wondering why you ain't getting any showings, okay. It's a tough pill to swallow, but you really got to you got to swallow it because it's really happening. So if you're that person out there that bought your house, you paid 150 grand for it. Bank, real estate agent, everybody and their brother has been telling you how your house is now worth $500,000-$600,000, like this one right here behind me, right? Okay, and you got your house listed right now. You ain't had no showings. Maybe you had 1 or 2 showings. Anyway, things aren't going really well. You're wondering why your house hasn't sold. Well, right now your house hasn't sold because interest rates have gone up, and like I said, somebody flipped the proverbial switch out there in the cosmos somewhere. I can't explain it. Nobody can. But it happened, and we just need to deal with it. So here's what you got to do. Here it is right here. This is it in a nutshell, and I'm not joking, folks. I'm telling you straight up. You got a nice big gigantic chunk of profit coming, okay? Some of you out there are looking at $200,000-$300,000. I mean, listen, I grew up in Metro Detroit, blue collar guy. Okay, profit to me, man, it ain't got to be much to be profit. Profit just means I'm making more on something. You ain't got to. Very little profit makes me happy. I'm seeing a lot of greed right now. Okay, I'm seeing folks that they got it in their head. They got this imaginary number that everybody's been, telling them, like this house back here that I'm sitting in right now, that your house is worth, your house is worth 500 grand. And they get this number in their head, and then they list their house and nothing's happening like we're seeing right now. And your agent is, getting a hold of you and saying, hey, look, we need to drop the price, 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand. You know what I mean? And people are poof, they're freaking out. Oh my God, look at all the money I'm losing. Oh my gosh, Joe, geez, how could I lose all this money? What happened? Oh my God, it's terrible. It's almost like right now, it's kind of funny. Think about it this way. Gas prices, right? Shoot up to $5 a gallon. Then they drop 20 cents. And the government tells you, congratulations, gas prices got lowered. No, they did not get lowered. No, they did not get lowered. Gas prices went up, and then they came down a little bit. They're still way up. Same thing here. The valuation of the house went way up. You didn't lose any money. You're still going to make a gigantic chunk of profit. But here's how. Here it is. Everybody in the country right now that is selling their house, everybody, if you're watching this and you're selling your house, listen to me. You're on a slide. You're on the same slide with every stinking other person selling their house. And you're all sliding down the slide. All of you, you're sliding down the slide to the bottom. I do not know where the bottom is. Nobody knows where the bottom is. Anybody who tells you that they do is... Anyway, nobody knows where the bottom is, but you're sliding towards it. Okay? All of you are. Okay? Here's the gig. Here it is right here in a nutshell. All right? Here's the slide, right? You're sliding down the slide with everybody else. Okay? You can drop little tiny pieces at a time. I'm going to take 5,000 off my house. I'm going to take 5,000 off my house. I'm going to take 5,000 off my house. And you can ride this slide all the way to the bottom with everybody else. Or you can do what's smart and you can jump to the middle of the slide. Okay? Make a big, and it might not just be one big chunk that you got to knock off. It might be 2 or 3 big chunks. I don't know. But trying to keep up with the Joneses on the downward slide is not the smart move. If you're about to make a gigantic chunk of profit, don't look at the imaginary profit that you might be giving up. You didn't make it. It doesn't exist. Look at the profit you can make. Make the jump. Get ahead of everybody else. Sell the house before we get to the bottom of the slide. Make your profit, be happy, okay? Sit back, watch everybody else slide to the bottom. And then if you want to reinvest in real estate, hey, you sold high, buy low. Isn't that the rule? Buy, you know, sell high, buy low. Okay, there you go. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. I mean, don't get so absorbed in the greed of how much how much I could have made. Um, how much, oh my gosh, how much I would have made if I would have only listed, you know, a week earlier or 2 weeks earlier. You know, coulda, woulda, and shoulda. And it ain't gonna get nobody nowhere right now. Uh, I'm looking out for all of you, and I'm telling you what I'm seeing right now. Okay, the homes I'm seeing right now when I take clients out that are selling, okay, are the ones that are being listed low. I mean, they're coming in, they're low, and they're getting 9, 10, 12, 13. I know there's a house right here in Casa Grande. I had a client. We went and looked at it about 2 weeks ago. Okay, on a weekend, they had back-to-back showings booked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Every single slot was booked solid. There was every single one. I'm not going to do the math on that and tell you how many that is because it's like from 8 to 8 in the morning and it's 30-minute showings and Anyway, do the math. Long story short, we put an offer in on the house. My client didn't get it. And the agent who had the listing, when he was really great agent, reached out to me to let me know that my client's offer didn't get accepted, but also told me he had gotten 18 offers because they came listed low. Okay. The people who are coming in listed up and thinking they're going to do the trickle down, no one's even looking at the houses. I mean, nobody. Nobody. You're not even getting any showings. So keep that in mind, folks. I promised myself that my inaugural video on the channel here was not going to be about real estate, but it seems to be the only thing that's I don't know. It seems to be the only thing on anybody's mind right now is what to do. So I thought I'd kick in here and help out a little bit, and just tell everybody that that's where it is right now. You just got to sit down right now and you got to ask yourself, how much is enough? How much profit is enough? And am I willing to gamble at all? I mean, really? Are you? That's what you got to ask yourself. Am I willing to gamble at all? Look, we are sliding fast. We are sliding fast down this hill. And, it's a decision you got to make. But, I'm just telling you like it is. So, hey, folks, listen, I promise you next week, Mustache Mondays, I promise you next week, we are not going to talk about real estate. I probably shouldn't say that because who knows what's going to happen in the next 7 days. But anyway, I'm really going to try not to talk about real estate because I don't want to keep talking about real estate on this channel. Oh, my goodness. Hey, everybody, take care and stay safe.